So cool, right. Oh, so kia ora koutou. So, ko Jono Campbell to ingoa. I guess probably the best way to describe or introduce myself is say I am a typical person. My whakapapa, my background is typical of the young people community that we work with. So I was raised in a whānau that was identified itself as being Kiwi rather than being Māori. So our whakapapa is a mixture of Scots, English, Ngāti Parau, we've just discovered, and my children are what we call fruit salad or boil up. So my daughters are a mixture of Ngāpui, Ngāti Parau, Niuean, Samoan, English, Scottish whakapapa. But they would identify as being Māori, which is wonderful. So I was brought up in an environment where things were Māori, but we were raised to be, I guess, more Pākehā. So, and brought up again rural, and then we made the shift to an urban environment. So in some ways, the work that I'm involved in now, I'm reflective of many of those young people where my identity somehow, in terms of being Māori, was lost over a number of generations as a mixture of, I guess, a number of colonising factors, including probably one of the significant ones. I had a grandfather who converted to Christianity in the 1920s, which was great for the whānau, great for him, because it changed a number of really negative, but that was what the identity became. So Southland farmer, Christian community, and being Māori wasn't something to be proud of. So we really only reconnected when we moved back up north in terms of our whakapapa, and my dad made some moves in terms of just reconnecting and learning reo, and out of that just passed on that love of that desire to be Māori, well, both him and my mum for us kids. And so that's a journey that we've been on. So and so again, I'm probably like, I actually came into Autoho, the organisation I work for, because I was a young person living in Christchurch. I didn't feel I quite fitted. I lived in a good example, when I went to school, would come from the rural far north, and it was a very white community. And so I got told to change for sports and PE, so I went outside, took my shoes and socks off. Everyone else came out in these beautiful, immaculate white uniforms, and thought, we do things differently here. And so I spent most of my secondary school years actually till I reconnected with Autoho, actually trying not to be Māori. And so, but when I was about 17, I joined Autoho, which is where I currently work, and all of a sudden I had Māori role models and leaders, and so we're back on that journey again. So that's been over the last 25 years. I started here as a young person, and sort of shifted into youth work, youth development, and sort of now leading community development and youth work. So that's a bit of my whakapapa, I guess, where I come from. And I guess that's where it resonates, because most of our kids who come through here, or we get engaged with, there might be Māori in terms of name, they might be Māori in terms of colour, but they're not in terms of actually, do I know where I'm from, do I know my whakapapa, do I have a sense of pride in who I am? So there's that sense of disconnection. And I guess part of our role is, the first thing is actually to reconnect in terms of identity, or creating tūranga waiwai, just a place to stand and be yourselves. So I guess that's why I have an empathy for urban Māori and urban communities. Yeah.